Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Houston Sports Talk back in another video today. And today we're going to be talking about, I know there was a lot of good college football games this week, but today we're going to be talking about my favorite college football game from the week. It was probably the best, but, some people could have some other favorites. I know, even though it wasn't a close game and it was a low-scoring game, some people might have liked the Tennessee-Georgia game. That's their perspective. There were some other good games, like the Texas-Kansas State game. I'm a Texas fan. I like this game more. I didn't even watch it. I just saw the highlights on SportsCenter, and it was just incredible to watch. So let's go over it. Let's go over the scoring summary. By the way, LSU beat Alabama. Here's the question: is the Alabama season over? This is crazy to say, but most likely it is. They have 2 losses. I know Tennessee lost today, but they also have to deal with the fact that they could be playing Georgia in the SEC championship game, which could really just end their season. And who knows what they're gonna fall to now. And it's not looking great for Alabama. We'll see where they fall to in the rankings. I think the rankings is gonna treat LSU, who are ranked 10th right now, really well going into next week, and yeah, we'll see what happens. Let's go over the scoring summary. This one, by the way, this game went overtime. So in the we didn't have a score till 9 minutes in the second quarter. John Emery Jr. 30-yard touchdown pass from Jaden Daniels. Damian Ramos makes the extra point. 7-0. Alabama makes 2 field goals in the second quarter. One is right at halftime. Bryce Young struggled massively in the first half, and he starts to heat it up in the second half. 6-7 going into halftime. Really low scoring game at halftime. Alabama, their first drive, they knock in a field goal, 9-7. LSU hits them right back, gets a touchdown. Josh Williams, a 2-yard run. So yeah, there you go. Now you got 14-9. Rodell Williams with a 2-yard run. After a really great play from what's his name? Not Diggs. Gibbs. I think that's his name. 15-14. 2-point conversion is failed. Then LSU drives down. They score a field goal, 17-15. Then Alabama, again, 41-yard touchdown pass from Bryce Hill. What a beautiful play, too. Ja'Cory Brooks, they failed the 2-point conversion again. And now it's 21-17. It could have been a difference in the game if they go for your extra points, but in reality, you're supposed to go for 2 in those situations. If you got a 15-14 game, you could put it to a 3-point game. You're supposed to go for 2. To be honest with you guys, though, I don't know why they went for 2 the second time. That didn't really make sense to me, but whatever. So you got 21-17, and then LSU they go right back, and they score a touchdown. Leave 1 minute and 47 seconds on the clock. Jaden Daniels throws a touchdown pass to Mason Taylor. Extra point is good, 24-21. LSU, I know you ended up winning the game, but here's just a little advice coming from a Texans fan. Not a Texans fan. Well, I am a Texans fan, but coming from a Texas Longhorns fan. And I learned this early in the season. 1 minute and 47 seconds is way too much time for Alabama, especially when they only need a field goal. In this case, they needed a field goal to tie it, and when they played us, they needed a field goal to win it. So, LSU fans, 147 is way too much time for Alabama. I know they could not have done anything about it. Honestly, when Texas played, when we played Alabama, we probably could have held the ball a little bit shorter. We could have ran the clock a little bit more down, but Yeah, we didn't, but whatever. And guess what Alabama does? Too much time. They score. A score 46-yard field goal, Real Richard. Now we're going into overtime at 24-24. Okay, moving on. All right. So starting overtime, Alabama gets the ball. Roydale Williams with a 1-yard touchdown run. That is his second touchdown of the game. They get the extra point, 31-24. I think this is first play of the drive. Jaden Daniels' 25-yard touchdown run. What a run by the QB. Great play. I mean, I was like, holy crap. When I saw it on SportsCenter, I was like, oh my God, he did not just do that. Then a gutsy call by LSU. They go for two, try to win it. Jaden Daniels' pass. It looked exactly like the same play if you remember Deshaun in Clemson in 2017, whatever it was, when they won the national championship, when Deshaun Watson rolled to the right and threw the pass to win it. It was the exact same play for LSU. Threw it to Mason Taylor for the 2-point conversion, and LSU knocks off Alabama. I mean, what an upset for LSU. They're a talented team. They are. It's very special to see them get back to this after a couple struggling seasons after Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase and Justin Jefferson and Derek Stingley Jr. and all these other superstars that played for LSU got drafted, and you saw them struggle for a couple of years, and they finally found the rhythm again. And you know what? I'm not going to jinx anything, but I could possibly be seeing LSU being put in the top 5. That's a maybe, but there's a big shot they could. So yeah. That's basically it. This, in my opinion, this was the game of the week. In my opinion, if you have a game that you thought that was better, please tell me, because I watched the highlights. I didn't watch the game. I thought this was the game of the week. Wasn't even that high scoring, 32-31. I know that sounds high scoring. If that's NFL, that's high scoring. But in college football, that's not really high scoring. You can look at a score in college football, and a team could have 14 points, and it's not even halfway done in the first quarter. And if you see that in the NFL, you're like, holy shit, they're on fire. It's unbelievable. In college football, you're like, oh, no big deal. They got 14 points. Should have 21 by the end of the first. But unless there's like good defense matching up, which this was kind of a case today. You saw only 13 points at halftime because two good defenses. Sometimes you'll see like 21 points in college football games at the end of the quarter because a really good offense is matching up against a bad defense. But when you got two really good offenses playing against two really defenses, there was nothing really going in the first half. Kind of was going on with Texas and Alabama. It was a really low scoring game. And this was really a low-scoring game. The only reason it's in the 30s is because it went overtime. So, yeah, let me know what you guys thought about this game. I thought this was a great game, and peace out.